What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers. Again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all who have been loyal to my channel from the beginning when I started this journey since 2017. Again, I really want to thank all of y'all that are still loyal to my brand. Those of you who have just recently subscribed, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. And if this is your first time ever checking out any of my content for the first time, and you like what you hear, please make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. So I want to move into this right away because I know my day is going to be pretty busy, so I don't want to be on here too long. But I'm not sure if any of you have heard. If you haven't heard by now, Dr. Dre was served with divorce papers while at cemetery for his grandmother's burial. Dr. Dre Young, and Nicole Young were declared legally single in June, but they're still in court battling over their divorce settlement. The continuous divorce between famed hip-hop producer Dr. Dre and Nicole Young continues, heading toward the tawdry. He was reportedly served legal papers at his grandmother's recent funeral service. Dr. Dre, age 56, known as Andre Wamel Young, was laying his grandmother to rest at Englewood Park Cemetery on Monday when he was served with papers related to his divorce. According to TMZ, sources close to the ex-NAA beatmaker said there was an attempt to serve him at the burial site as he stood next to his grandmother's casket. Talking about cold. However, sources connected to Young disputed that, claiming Dre was served in the cemetery's parking lot. Okay, like that's going to make it better. Dre was allegedly so upset that he refused to be served, and the server may have left the papers at the gravesite. The document served to him reportedly had to do with him paying his soon-to-be former wife the balance of $1,224,567 for lawyer fees. Neither Dre nor Young 51 have publicly commented on the latest report about their ongoing divorce. Over the summer, he was ordered to pay her almost $300,000 a month and spousal support. A judge ruled the payment of $293,306 were set to begin in August and continue until she remarries or enter into a domestic partnership, or unless the court orders otherwise at a later date. Dre will also be responsible for paying for Young's health insurance and the homes they shared as a married couple. The court decree declared that this arrangement would end if either of them died. Initially, Young reportedly demanded $2 million a month as part of their separation. She filed for divorce in June of 2020 after 24 years of marriage and 2 children, son Truice and daughter Truly. She cited irreconcilable differences and claimed that Dre was abusive during their relationship. Young alleged that Dre had held her at gunpoint and punched her in the face. She stated in her court filing that her estranged husband verbally and emotionally decimated my personhood to the extent that I currently suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome. She added that his long-term abuse must be a factor that the court takes into account in awarding support fees. This goes on and on and on, y'all. We can be on this all day, all night. What's up, Cicely? Love you. King Bob, appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat. As the saying goes, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And what a lot of these men are going to find out, color has nothing to do with a scorned woman. In case you men, those of you who are part of this gender war, those of you who want to place these white queens on a pedestal or these black queens on a pedestal, you want to place these preferences on a pedestal, only to find out at the end of the day, when a woman is scorned or when you piss a woman off, you will suffer her wrath. And that is what I would like, that is what I will hope a lot of these men understand. It's too many dudes out here in the content creator world, in the Black YouTube sector. You only want to keep addressing a specific group of women. When a scorned woman, being scorned does not discriminate. Being scorned does not have a color. Once a woman feels that you have betrayed her, or you have hurt her, or you have sabotage the union, regardless of who is at fault. Once a woman has become scorned, she has no limits. What's up, Nadia? As to how far she will go to prove a point. There, in a lot of these high value men, they underestimate their opponents. They think because their wife is white, they think because their wife is young, or they think because their wife is black and she's pretty and she's underage, that she's immature and she doesn't know any better. And this is where a lot of men egos get bruised, because you underestimate these women. And let me tell you something. These white women, they're not playing. They're not as docile and submissive as they were back in the 70s or the 80s. These women, you piss them off, they go for the juggler. And it has nothing to do with being a black woman, has nothing to do with being a white woman, has everything to do with being a scorned woman. A scorned woman has no limits as to how far she will go. Now, she served this man. This is how much compassion, lack of compassion she had for her ex-husband. Now, you would think a woman who has been married to a man for 24 years, there would be some type of compassion. There would be some type, just a little bit of love, just a little bit of love, to where, okay, I'm gonna serve him these papers, but I'm not gonna serve him these papers at his grandmother's funeral. I'm gonna get him another time. I mean, granted, Dr. Dre is a very busy man. She could have got hell. Dr. Dre going out with all kind of women. Hell, serve his papers to him when he's out taking the chick to Red Lobster. Okay, if you wanted to prove your point, there's 1,000 ways she could have proven her point, but she is so below the belt. She wanted to hit him in a juggler. She waited at his most vulnerable, down and out moment at his grandmother's funeral. And this is what you men have to understand. Y'all are out here preaching and coaching to brothers about how black women are, how certain women are, when the truth is, a scorned woman is just a goddamn scorned ass woman. A scorned ass white woman will take you for all you got, just like a scorned ass black woman. A scorned woman is a scorned woman, because women, when they make decisions with their emotions. That's the problem. When a female gets on an evil ass kick, her emotions, she allows her emotions to make all of the decisions for her. And that's where we ruin ourselves, where we allow emotions to get the best of us. Now, keep in mind, Dr. Dre has not been the only man that has been, blindsided at the raft of a woman's poisonous venom, bitterness. The same thing happened with Eddie Kendricks. A lot of y'all may not be familiar with the Temptations, but Eddie Kendricks was the one with the falsetto. Eddie Kendricks was a ladies' man back in the day. And when his baby mama was so bitter with him, when their fellow group member David Ruffin passed away. When David Ruffin passed away, and all the Temptations, all the group members from the Temptations came to pay respect to Eddie Kendricks. To David Ruffin. Eddie Kendricks' ex-wife had him serve child support papers at David Ruffin's funeral. So this is not the first time that incidences like this have occurred. This has happened several times. And again, as a man, you have to be careful when you walk around with this programmed mindset that only certain women are capable of burning you. Oh, well, thanks, American Negro. Welcome to the chat, sir. Yeah, the news break came up in my phone. I didn't know what was going on, but I did see something about Tommy DeBarge. Definitely rest in peace to him. I tell you, the DeBarges, they had a very, very, very rough history. They've been through a lot in their childhood. Anybody who knows the DeBarges family history, they have really gone through a lot, and it's by the grace of God Tommy DeBarge has survived as long as he has, to come from such a toxic um you know, from a toxic family who's experienced a lot of abuse and alcohol and drugs. So definitely rest in peace to Tommy DeBarge of the group Switch. He died at the age of 64 after kidney failure failure battle. For those of you who are not familiar, so my heart definitely goes out to the DeBarges. But yes, this is what I want men to understand. Never program your mind into believing that only certain women are capable of burning you. That you're playing it safe if you choose your preference. That if you decide to cross over and go to the other side, you're safer. You don't have to worry as much. That you have more leverage. You choosing your preference because you feel like your preference does not have the balls, or does not have the courage, does not have the backbone to burn you. But even the most easygoing, vulnerable woman, um scornness will make the most weakest woman a beast. There's a beast in every woman. There's a beast in every beauty. I'm going to repeat that again for all of my brothers in the back who did not hear. But there is beast in every beauty. I don't care how beautiful a woman is, how successful she is, how submissive a woman is, how bad her body is. She can have a bad body or be bad body. What's up, Jeremy? You cannot underestimate the mind of a scorned woman. And you need to stop looking at these women's skin color, thinking because she's light skinned, she's mixed, or she's white, or she's young, that you have an advantage, and getting over and thinking that you got this woman on a leash and that she'll never burn you. Don't think because you got good wood game in the bedroom. Don't think because you're a big time producer, or you got all these assets, you got all this property, that you got this ego, and you're so desired because of your financial status. A scorned woman don't give a shit about any of that. Once she's finally got the power in her hand. So this is what I want to address. It's this misconception that when a woman meets a high value man like Dr. Dre, that's this entrepreneur, this billion-dollar, billionaire entrepreneur, that has been in the industry for years. This man is a walking billionaire. I mean, we know his stats. The man has produced many receipts, that he's talented. He has a lot of notches up under his belt. His products, beats is selling worldwide. We know all of this. However, what a lot of people don't understand about high value men, it's this misconception that women like Nicole Young, or women that like Scottie Pippen ex-wife, these women who marry these high value men that are so successful. It's the stigma that women should be grateful to even be chosen by a high value man that high value men are hard to come by. And even though this is true, being with a high value man is not as luxurious as a lot of y'all make it out to be. It's this misconception that if a woman is with a high value man, she should be happy. She should basically worship the ground that her high value man walks on. It's this misconception when Steph Curry's mother decided to divorce or is in process of filing a divorce or however to leave Steph Curry's father. A lot of men were going in on her like, oh, how dare she, how dare Steph Curry defend his father. He's a simp. Why didn't he run to his father's rescue? Why did he defend his mother? It's this thing where high value men are supposed to be worshipped and praised and appreciated, but there's a downside. It's no different than a man who wants to choose a trophy wife because she's beautiful and she's gorgeous, and even though he's walking around with this beautiful eye candy behind closed doors, this man is miserable trying to please this beautiful bombshell woman. She's expensive. She has to have the best of the best, and even though in the streets you got guys giving him props and telling him, oh man, you got you a bad one, he's getting all these praises and accolades, but behind closed doors he's miserable with this beautiful extravagant woman. And that's the same way it works with the man that's with a woman that's with a high value man. So to kind of give y'all a little indication of what I'm talking about, there's several reasons why Nicole Young is trying to rip a new butthole for Dr. Dre. And you have to realize, first of all, you can look at Dr. Dre and tell he's a very dominant man. He's not a beta male, none whatsoever. What's up, live with a sacral generator? You can look at Dr. Dre and tell he is not a beta male. He's our alpha, the 6'9", lean machine. Dr. Dre has the full package. He has the body. He has the billions. He's quite a very handsome looking man. Also though, Dr. Dre is one of those men that is very dominant. And I'm quite sure throughout the 24-year duration of that marriage, she didn't run a goddamn thing. I'm quite certain that Nicole Young didn't run shit when she was married to Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre is a businessman. He's an alpha male. And you can tell he's one of those men that he's very masculine and dominant. So he pretty much ran the show. He pretty much led that marriage. And as a married man, you should be the one that leads. You should have a wife that is submissive to your leadership, especially a man of his status, a man of his finances. You can tell that Dr. Dre called the shots 24 years of that marriage. And this is what tends to happen when a woman finally gets from up under the control of the high value man. She starts losing her goddamn mind. She starts really losing it, because now Nicole Young is in a position in which she knows Dr. Dre no longer has the upper hand. And that's what a lot of these high value men have to understand. Yes, you may be running the show now. You're calling the shots now. You're running the money. You're running the finances. You're the one that's picking and choosing and pretty much regulating or orchestrating how your marriage is orchestrated. But keep in mind that these women who pretend to be so docile and submissive, all it takes is for an opportunity or a moment to present itself in which she can finally snatch that control back. What's up, Michelle? And that is what Nicole Young is doing. You can pretty much tell and this is not to justify it, and this is not to say she's wrong or she's right. But what happens when the high value man no longer has control and he can't run shit? It's kind of like, you know, living with your parents. You know how all of us had to live with our parents, and your parents pretty much ran your life and told you when you could come, when you could go. Remember how you had a curfew? Remember, you couldn't just take the car whenever you felt like taking a car. You had to ask permission. You were pretty much in a position in which you didn't run your life. And finally, when you was able to move from out your parents' house, you know what you do? You get buck wild because you're not used to that freedom. You're not used to being out on your own finally when nobody's not dominating or regulating you and telling you what to do and giving you stipulations. So Nicole Young has become like this rebellious teenager. Now that she has removed herself from under Dr. Dre's authority, husbandly authority, now she's rebelling. And the truth is, like I said, it's this misconception that women that are with high value men are happy. They don't want for anything. But the truth be told, a lot of these women that are with these celebrities, these athletes, these producers, a lot of these married women, they are miserable. They are miserable. Yes, being with the man, that's the only way you can enjoy the privileges of that high value life is by being with a high value man. So if you're with this celebrity, you only get to enjoy the perks because of who you're who you're married to. You know, it wasn't granted to you. It was granted to you because of who your spouse is or who your significant other is. So a lot of these women, like R. Kelly's ex-wife, look, she was never even claimed. Nobody even knew R. Kelly was married. Eddie Murphy ex-wife, no, Nicole, she's given several interviews, stating how controlling Eddie Murphy was. I mean, the red carpet life is not all of what it's cracked up to be when you are with these type of men. 9 times out of 10, Dr. Dre, I'm sure Dr. Dre, being the billionaire he is, he gave Nicole the best of everything. He put her in the most extravagant, expensive house. I'm sure he brought her the most extravagant cars. I'm sure every car she had was probably a Bentley, a Porsche, a Ferrari. She basically enjoyed the fruits of his labor. But I tell you one thing, it wasn't without Dr. Dre allowing it. Meaning that I'm sure whatever he gave her, whatever he did for his wife, it came with stipulations. Just because a woman is married to a billionaire, that don't mean she get to live like her billionaire husband. Women that are married to billionaire men, that don't mean they get to enjoy the billionaire life. Because the truth be told is that most of the men in this type of industry, they really don't trust women, and for good reason. And I'm not saying that they wrong for not trusting women, but you have these men like Dr. Dre, you have these men that are successful, these athletes, these successful high value men. They don't trust women because they've seen women do a lot of shady shit. When you're in the industry, and you are a man that has a lot of money, you get exposed to a lot of hoes, you get exposed to a lot of groupies, you get exposed to a lot of women that show you the grimy side of how women operate. And I'm sure men like Dr. Dre has had his share of multiple women. So I'm sure if he did run a tight ship, it was for good reason, because him being the man of his status, he's probably dealt with all type of groupies. I mean, come on, y'all know how it is on the road. You know, these women are very vicious. You have women that will, you know, intentionally, you know, break in these lobbies to get close to these men just so they could give them some head. I mean, women today have reached a new low. Women don't care how far they will go to try to get close to the high value man. Um, they will offer these men all type of sexual favors. Um, they will, you know, degrade themselves just for that moment. You have women who will travel miles and miles away to go to you know, and purchase expensive Lakers games tickets just to get close and to get meet front and center with their favorite athlete. You know, these women will go so far as to, you know, having a couple of back page sessions just so they could get up enough money to go to you know, Lil Wayne or the Migos concert to pay that extra money just to get backstage passes, anything to try to get close to the penis of these high value men. You know, it's all about trying to come up. So a lot of these men in the industry, even when they marry a woman, it's hard for them to trust women unless they were one of those type of men like LL Cool J. LL Cool J has been with his same wife for years. Unless he was already with his woman, like Snoop Dogg's wife, you know, was with him before he became Snoop Dogg. Men who have become well established, they're very skeptical of women who come into their lives after they have marketed themselves, after they have established their brand. So I'm sure Dr. Dre kept a tight leash on Nicole Young. I'm sure she was not able to borrow and swipe his black card anytime she wanted. She was not allowed to drive that Phantom anytime she wanted. She was not allowed to just go out of town with girlfriends weeks at a time unless he gave her permission. It's a price that comes along with these industry dudes, and that's why I'm against women who tell other women to secure the bag. I have a problem when you have women who put this type of content out telling women to chase the bag, you know, chase you a billionaire, chase you a millionaire, because they don't really understand being with the billionaire or a high value man is not all of what it's cracked up to be. You don't get to have everything like you think. There are some rules and regulations because, again, these men know that if they give a woman too much, she's going to get out of hand. She's going to be wilding out, you know. Um, he knows he's not going to be able to keep a hold on her if he gives her too much without any rules and regulations, without any type of boundaries. So I'm sure Dr. Dre ran a tight ship. Nicole Young could not do what she wanted to do. But this is the catch. You have a lot of these women, they end up in these marriages with these high value men, these athletes, these producers, you know, these high status celebrity men, and they know that they are miserable because they really don't get to do as they want to do. Everything that they are given has some type of restriction or limitations or rules or regulations with it. But the thing about it is, these women love the lifestyle. So Nicole Young could have very well been miserable with him for the most part. But at the same time, Nicole Young knew if she was to leave Dre, you know, she was not going to enjoy the fruits of his labor. So what she did was she waited till the kids got grown. She waited till she put in that 2 decade mark, so that way she can receive some of that spousal. She waited patiently to make sure she put all her years in before she decided to slam that hammer down on that marriage and call for a divorce. Um, she knew that was the only way she was ever going to gain power through from Dr. Dre is by divorcing him and taking him for everything that he has, and that's what she's doing now. So this is why I'm doing this content, because I need these men out here to understand. Stop coaching other men into believing that it's only a certain group of women that are capable of burning you, turning on you, betraying you, taking you for everything you got. There's no specific race of women that are gold diggers. Women of all colors love men with money. No woman wants a broke man. It's not just a black woman. All women want to be able to feel financially secure with the man, who can financially provide. And it's not even so much the fact that the man has to be a celebrity or a star. It's in a woman's nature to want to be taken care of and a man to provide for her. But the thing about it is, you have, a lot of these men, who who allow their egos to get the best of them and make them think that they're safe with their preference. And it does not necessarily mean uh you're safe with your preference, because she's white or she's light or she's young. Women can easily be influenced by many things. It does not take much for a woman to be influenced. She gets influenced by her girlfriends. She gets influenced by her family. She gets influenced by her side nigga. It's all type of ways a woman can be influenced. So as a man, never think for a second that you have 100% control over a woman. It don't matter if she's white. It don't matter if she's young. Don't let your ego make you believe that you are safe with your preference, because depending on what a woman's current mindset is, a woman can easily be mentally infiltrated, depending on how miserable she is, depending on how vulnerable she is. Why you think a lot of these high value men end up getting left for the gardener, end up getting left for the goddamn chauffeur who drives the damn limousine? Because a lot of these women find out that even when you're with a high value man, these high value men are not going to let you do what you want to do. You're not going to have access to his bank card and just shop how you want to shop. You're not going to be able to just drive the Porsche and drive the Benz whenever you want. You're not going to be able to just do what you want to do how you want to do it. And and again, you have some of these type of men. They do it to protect them. Why they do it? They have to be a certain way, because some of these men, they know their wives don't have a mind of their own. They know their wives are easily to be influenced, or it's basically just a control thing. That's the thing. What a lot of men have to understand. You would never. What's up, Jay Shine? What's up, bro? You will never have 100% control over a female. So don't think for a second that you can, that you're going to always regulate and run the show, because let me tell you something. Some of these women have become professionals at playing a role. Some of them have become professionals. And it's to the point that it amazes me how a lot of these men, y'all don't catch on to that. Just because a woman acts submissive, that don't mean she's really submissive or she's going to continue to be submissive. Just because a woman acts like she wants you to lead and run everything, that does not mean she wants you to lead and run everything. And guess what? You will find out eventually the hard way, like Dr. Dre did. Dr. Dre thought he had that woman under control for 24 years. That's how long this bitch went playing the role. She played the role for 24 years. And it happens every day. I see how just in the Black YouTube sector, I see women play the role of acting like they have the interests of Black men just so these men will allow them on the panel. Just so these men would allow them in the chat room. It's women up here pretending to play the role of the pretend pick me day in and day out. And you men are putting these women up on a pedestal who are pretending to be submissive. And they're doing this to earn your recognition, to earn acknowledgement from you. And a lot of y'all are not picking up on it. If a woman wasn't already like that from day one, way before your channel got big, way before you became successful, if you didn't already have these women, even in the Black YouTube sector, if they wasn't rocking with your channel when you have 3, 4, 5 subscribers, all of a sudden, now that you have over 300,000, now they want to act like they're so submissive and docile to men. Y'all are not catching on. And what it is, a lot of women are understanding that the only way men are going to value me or appreciate me, I have to act like I value men. Women don't even have to really produce proceeds. Just because a woman gives content for men or she brings men on her live stream, all of a sudden now, ever since Kevin Samuels, all of these pick-me's got content now. Everybody is all for Black men. And a lot of you dudes, y'all are suckers. If she wasn't already doing content on that before the Kevin Samuels, before the Manosphere, before the Obsidians, if she was not already doing content on it way before it got to the point to where Black men needed to feel validated and valued, then how do you know her intentions are true or genuine? And it just amazes me how you have these pick-me's just coming out the woodworks and getting the praise and worship service. Yeah, y'all need to stop by and see so-and-so. She got a lot of love for Black men. You need to, how do you know that? If she wasn't already, if she ain't been doing content years ago, already doing content in favor of men, all of a sudden, ever since Kevin Samuels, and I ain't knocking Kevin Samuels, let him do what he do. I'm saying all of these women are clout chasing off of the Manosphere viewpoints. All of a sudden, Black men, you have Black women that's up here coaching about how to have love for Black men, how to support Black men, and all this and that or whatever. Some of them ain't even married to a Black man, or some of them would tell you they married and not even married like that. It's gotten to a point where women can easily sucker these dudes and the Manosphere and these sectors by pretending to have appreciation for the Black male. And it's all just game. Now, one thing about it, let me tell y'all something. Everybody wants to drag Cynthia G. Everybody wants to drag her, put her down, and all of that. I don't agree with her viewpoints personally. But what I can say is, at least she's showing you how the fuck she rolled right off the bustle. She's showing you, I don't care for Black men. She's letting you know that. At least you see what you're getting. She's not as much of a threat as the women who act like they for black women, because them will be the main ones that'll tear you down, because those are the ones who you have made comfortable. Those are the ones you have given a space. You'll never give a woman like Cynthia G them a space, because you already know, oh, she's a black man hater. So you already know not to give her a space. Okay, and that's fine. I'm not saying this for people to rock with Cynthia G or not rock with Cynthia G, but at least you know she's showing you she don't care for you. See what you getting. The most dangerous bitches is the ones who act like they all for black men. And what it is a lot of these females have found the key ingredient. If you want a black man to shout you out, you want a black man to bring you to his channel, to shout you out and give you love and recognition, all you got to do is play the role. And a lot of these sisters are playing a role. I would rather a man let me know up front that he does not rock with Mocha, he don't like Mocha, he don't care for Mocha's content. I can respect that better than a man who's up here acting like, oh, I rock with Mocha, I'm for Mocha, I support Mocha, and you doing it to get close to me so you can earn my fan base, or you can earn my peoples by getting in good with me, so you can build your channel and start taking away some of my peoples because you got in good with me. And by nature, women, let me tell you guys something. A lot of y'all who walk around here acting egotistical and act like no woman can't run game on you, y'all can't get got. Y'all give trust to the wrong females. Y'all shout them out. Y'all show them love. Y'all give them recognition. Then when these females get exposed, see, that's why as black men, you can't trust these bitches. No, don't go around here grouping all black women just because you trusted the wrong bitch. You made that decision. Don't go around here grouping all of us because now you done got burnt by the wrong one. This is what happens when you don't rock with the females that was solid with you before your channel got big. And once your channel got big, now you only want to shout out the big female content creators, the ones who are growing like you. No, you should be solid with the females who was on with your content before, when you had just 3-4 subscribers. That's like being a pastor. If you had 3-4 members of your church who started out with you when your church was in a shack, when your church had no air conditioning, when your church had no heat running, when your church had chairs that was missing in legs, now that you got a mega ministry, now you shitting on your church members who was with you when your church was a shack, when the roof was leaking. This is something that black people do. Y'all do not stick by the ones who was rocking with you when you first was doing content with a Motorola phone. Now that you got an Apple phone, you showing your ass. Now that you got an Apple tablet and a computer, oh, you bushy now. You bushy. When people get big, they only want to acknowledge other content creators that are just as big or bigger than them, and that's not right. Because at some point, all of us are small. All of us got to crawl before we can walk. So when you start walking, put those on who was crawling with you. Who was crawling with you. Bring those on who was crawling with you. Now, and it's a lot of contradictory. I've seen males talk about how women switch out when they reach a certain level of success. But with all due respect, I've seen men do the same exact thing. I've seen men switch out on women when they reach a certain ladder of success. It go both ways. Women do it, men do it. It go both ways. You have some people, once they climb that ladder of success, they don't feel like they have to pay homage to those who started off with them. And it happens all the time. It's a certain person, and I'm not going to say the name, certain person all the way up there. He ain't acknowledging none of the people who used to bring him on his panels when he was a nobody. When he was the nerdy kid in the classroom and nobody was paying attention to him. Now that he has made his mark, he ain't mentioning none of them dudes. Not nil one. He may say one or two who still kiss his ass a little bit, but for the most part, he don't acknowledge none of them. And that is just in the nature of Black people. Once we hit a certain level of success, we shit on those who was with us when we were starving. Now that you eating good, you dressing good, you smelling good. Now you smelling yourself. When niggas get fat, and what I mean by get fat, when they start eating good, niggas start getting fat. They start pissing on everybody who was with them when they were starving. You forgot that your peoples was sitting to the table starving with you. And now that you eating good, you won't even offer nobody a plate. That's how it be. The Black community has always been like that. You have to have the spirit of discretion. You have to know who to put on, who not to put on, who to show love, who not to show love. You have to have the spirit of discretion. You have to have the spirit of discretion. Some people are with you just for the ride. And once you done got them to where they need to be, they dropping your ass off. It's as simple as that. You have some people, long as they can benefit, they will ride the train as long as they can benefit. Once the benefits stop, so does the love. Once the benefits stop, so does the recognition. You got some people, their loyalty will last as long as the benefits. And I have gotten to a point where I have decided that even if it takes my channel forever to get to a certain point, I'd rather gradually get there slowly, knowing I did it raw on my own without having to bring the biggest of the big on my platform or having to shout out the biggest of the big to get to that place. If it take me getting there slowly, at least I know it's going to be authentically. Because I've seen people get put on by the biggest of the big only to find out that once they fall out with certain individuals or something goes left, so do all the subscribers, so do all the people that they sent to you to help your channel grow and become as successful as it has. But that is how the Black community is programmed. We are programmed to leave one another once we climb a certain ladder of success. Not only with channels, we do that with relationships. A lot of y'all, Black men and Black women, y'all think because y'all choosing preferences, because you decide to go the other way, you decide to go to the other side, and you find out this white woman or this white man, you find out it ain't all of what it's cracked up to be. Love You says, never follow him, and I'm not going to talk about him because I've never dealt with him, and I remove myself from channels that I can't feel in my spirit. Exactly. You pretty much, we're at a point in time where everything is a spiritual warfare. You're going to constantly have spirits in conflict with other people's spirit. You have the spirit of you, and it's different type of spirits. Spirits don't necessarily have to be the bad of the worst of the worst. Usually when we think of spiritual warfare, we think of things that are just demonic, or things that are satanic. But every spirit does not necessarily have to just be demonic or satanic. Sometimes dealing with the spirit of arrogance, people who think they're better than others. The spirit of pride, people that are so prideful to the point to where they don't feel like they got to humble themselves when they reach a certain ladder of success. There's all type of spirits that we are constantly encountering, that we are constantly not in agreement with. And you as an individual, you cannot allow me or any other content creator, regardless of how popular, regardless of how successful, you have to let people lead your spirit correctly. And the problem is a lot of black men and black women, we have not been allowing people to lead our spirit correctly. You're allowing people to lead you into destruction. And destruction does not, let me tell y'all something. Don't think destruction got to be something like drugs or sex. You know, don't think it has to be something that extreme. People can lead you to not want to love. And a lot of that is going on in the black YouTube sector. You're having black men that are coaching other black men. Don't love certain type of women. You have other women that are influencing other women to not love certain men. We have you have to realize we are in our last days. So the enemy has already given full-time membership to those who have signed the deal with him. Those who have signed the deal with the devil is blessing them. The devil is blessing those who have already signed a deal with him. He's giving them all the subscribers. He's giving them all the love. He's giving them all the recognition. Let me tell y'all something. The devil, he looks out for his own too. Because the devil knows as long as he keeps supplying all of your demands, the less you will look for God. The less you will really keep yourself in check, because you have become so infatuated with your fans, with your fame and your recognition. The devil knows how to keep you distracted, and the enemy does not always have to keep you distracted with things that are bad. The enemy doesn't have to just keep you distracted with alcohol, drugs, and sex. The enemy can keep you distracted with success. And you know what? A lot of us don't think success is demonic, do we? A lot of us, we don't think success is demonic. We think when people have the money, people have the cars, we don't see nothing demonic in that, do we? Because somebody's dressed in the suits and expensive gator shoes or red bottoms, we don't see anything demonic in success. And that is where most of the demons are vacationing right now. All of the demons are vacationing in success. And finally, when your contract is up, keep in mind, even when you sign the deal with the devil, all contracts come with an expiration date. Do you not know that? Even when you sign a deal with the devil, your deal comes with an expiration date. You're never going to know the date, the time, or the hour. That's the dangerous part about signing the deal with the devil, because he's not going to prepare you. He's not going to show you when to remove yourself. The devil is going to supply you with all your heart's desire. One thing about it, the devil knows your weaknesses. The devil knows if you love money, he's going to keep supplying you with money. The devil knows if you love women, he's going to keep supplying you with women. The devil knows if you love men, he's going to keep supplying you with men. The devil, Satan himself does not supply his children with things they don't desire. He will supply you with all your heart's desires. Y'all are looking at this from a carnal minded mindset. Y'all putting people on a pedestal because of these materialistic things that they have. Y'all are putting them on a pedestal because of their cars, because of their suits, because of their network, because of their notoriety. And do y'all not know these very things are going to come back and destroy the very people who are getting supplied these demonic devices? Oh, Lord Jesus. Demonic devices. These demonic devices. Your fame, your glory. You big right now, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you everything you got. You're going to get double for your trouble. In a few minutes, God is going to put something on you so heavy, your money, your cause, is not going to give you the deliverance you need. And with all due respect, if the loss of Kobe Bryant didn't wake y'all up and show y'all God don't care nothing about your success. All these demonic devices that mean everything to you, it all has an expiration date. You can't take it with you when it's your time. You can't. All this you see right here, none of it belongs to you. Your money that you spending, it don't belong to you. Think about it. If it belonged to you, you would be able to take it with you when you die. That's how you know none of the stuff you got holds value. I don't care about high value. What is your value in God? What is your value in him? Do you value him? Because at the end of the day, he has the final say so. He can take everything you got. God, and first of all, when it comes to success, God has to bless you to enjoy your success. What good is having a brand new car if God strip your health away from you? You sick, you cancer stricken. You can't even wake up out your bed to go drive it. Oh, God knows what it takes to make you humble yourself. And he will get you to that humble place. And sometimes God will bless you abundantly just to see how you're going to act, just to see how you're going to treat people. While you thinking it's all about you, sometimes God will use people to prove a point. He will use them as an example. Sometimes God will set you up with success and bring you to destruction to teach those around you. Don't ever get so big that you bigger than me. And the problem is we have a lot of people who think they bigger than God. And he's going to show all of us in due time who is really in charge. Because a lot of y'all done got it twisted. You think your money, you think your recognition, you think your popularity, none of that is keeping us here. It's by the grace of God you woke up this morning. You with this pandemic going around, that COVID didn't enter your body, or if it did enter your body, it passed your body, and other people wasn't as fortunate to get that same level of grace. Y'all better wake up and really see and really know what time it is. The time ain't on your Rolex watch. I don't care how much success you got. Success is very deceitful. You can have all of that stuff and behind closed doors be lonely. Why you think a lot of these celebrities be committing suicide and some of them got to see therapists. Some of your favorite celebrities are taking medication. They can't even function without medication. These people who y'all worship and who y'all perceive as your worship leader, who y'all have worship service with every other damn day, these same people are struggling with their own demons. They got to take medication at night just to keep their mind right. Success is more dangerous when God is not in the mix of your success, because God is the only one that's going to protect you from these demons that are out to attack you, that are out to get you in the midst of your success. But what has happened is so many have gotten so big-headed to where they don't feel like they need God, because they getting all this money, they getting all this recognition. They don't feel like they need him right now. But when in due time, he's going to show them just how much they need him. But see, money does that. Money and success will make you feel like you don't need anybody. Money will make you feel like you can mistreat people. Money and fame and notoriety will make you think that you are invincible, like your problems can never get exposed. Every demon has their day of exposure. You don't have to go digging up nothing on nobody. You don't have to go damn doxing anybody. In due time, God is going to reveal who the demons are. Exactly. Because love you when you are in the realm of God. God will show you things that other people can't see. And if you were to say it, people will think you're crazy. It's a lot of stuff I see in the Black YouTube sector. I already know one of y'all biggest worship leaders who y'all praise, his days is numbered. But I can't say that because a lot of people are not spiritually inclined to understand what I'm saying. Q4 says, I'm struggling with mocha demons. In due time. Only those who are spiritually woke, we know what time it is. But these people that are blinded, that have been deceived by the enemy, you're wasting your time. I don't go in chat rooms arguing with people about their favorite worship leader. I'm not going back and forth debating about anything. God has given y'all little snippets. God has already given y'all little pieces of exposure of these individuals, and you keep turning a blind eye. That's okay, because the next exposure is going to be so big, y'all not going to be able to sweep it up under the rug. Y'all not going to be able to lie about it. Y'all not going to be able to overlook it. Y'all not going. Next time it's going to be so big, you're not going to be able to make a mistake or doubt it. So it's okay. Meanwhile, let the demons enjoy their time. Let them have their time. But in the meanwhile, in the meantime, you just got to stay woke and don't get caught up in the mix. You can't get caught up in the mix. You can't be going back and forth with people who worship and have praise service for their favorite leaders, for their cult leaders. I'm not in the business of having praise and worship service with y'all cult leaders. My thing is, everybody wants to make a mockery out of people that are going against what you want. But at least they being transparent and they being real about it. Thank you, Live Like a Sacrio Generator, for the $20 donation. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I get it, but I ain't selling my soul. Ain't that serious? Absolutely. Because those of us who are woke, we know that selling the soul to the enemy, the rewards are quick, but the destruction is going to outlast the rewards of it. What's up, CC Rose? How you doing, dear? Along with other Black women are saying about boy, but the world is watching all of us. Absolutely. We all, and I'll say this: we all have to be mindful. Listen. I'm gonna say this much: Black men and Black women, we all got a problem with taking accountability. We are allergic to accountability. Let's just say it. The Black community is allergic to accountability. We are allergic to accountability. We are. But what a lot of us have to understand, it don't matter if you take accountability or not. God is going to make sure you do. God is going to make sure you take accountability. Even if you never confess, you never admit to no one, you're going to take accountability, whether you want to or not. And you ain't got to say it or not say it. Life is going to put you in a position where you have no choice. No different than a woman who wants to go around raw dog multiple men, have multiple children for multiple different men, and she never takes accountability for it. But guess what? The price, she gonna pray, having to raise all them babies by her goddamn self. That's her accountability right there. I don't care nothing about people who don't take accountability. Life is gonna make you take accountability. Life gonna make you answer. If y'all haven't heard the song, Check this song out when y'all get a chance. Check this song out by Anthony Hamilton. And the name of the song is Life Has a Way. And I tell you, when I say the lyrics are deep, check out the song by Anthony Hamilton, Life Has a Way. The chorus says something in the realm of life has a way of humbling you down. Just when I thought I knew, there were so many other ways I grew. Everything I thought I knew, I didn't know what I thought I knew. If y'all check out that song, I'm telling you, it speaks volumes to your spirit. Life has a way of humbling you down. I don't care nothing about these individuals in the Black YouTube sector that are cocky, that are arrogant. First of all, let me tell you something. You have a lot of first of all, you have a lot of Black men and Black women who don't feel whole. That's why they have to keep exploiting their success. They have to exploit the type of cars they drive. They got to exploit how much money they make. Think about it. Anybody that is really sincerely happy with their success, you don't have to exploit it to everybody. If I had a new car, y'all wouldn't even know it. People who are genuinely happy with their blessings, they don't feel the need to stunt. They don't feel the need to flex. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of subscribers, as much as y'all worship and have Sunday service for y'all content creators, let me tell y'all something. They cannot live without y'all. All the disrespect that a lot of y'all take off these individuals, a lot of y'all content creators, if you stop calling into their shows, if you stop super chatting, if you unsubscribe, let me tell y'all something. Y'all subscribers hold way more goddamn power than y'all favorite leadership members. These same grown men and grown women who talk shit about they don't need nobody, these content creators, how they got their own success, how they make their own money. Y'all have the power to dictate their success. It's strength in numbers. Y'all all can come together and shut down half of these demonic influence in social media influential individuals. They will try to make it seem like they got power over y'all just because they take a wrench from you. They take a wrench. They boot you out the chat. Really, the subscribers, y'all got the power. Y'all just don't use it. Y'all can make or break a content creator. These same ones who walk around here arrogant and snooty and act like they have value and they got, let me tell you, a lot of them they can't make it without you. A lot of them so much can't make it, they can't go to bed without live streaming every goddamn day. Y'all content creators have become more lonely for y'all than y'all have become for the content creators. I can go for 3, 4, 5 days and not do a live stream. I can go for 2, I can go for a month. But a lot of these dudes and some of these women are so lonely. They have made social media their friend. They have nothing else. They don't have a relationship with God. They don't have a relationship with family. They have learned to make social media their world. They have nothing else outside of it to fulfill that empty space. You got grown men and grown women. Think about it. Think about it. Some of y'all favorite content creators been on here so long their hair done turned gray. You seeing them age before your eyes. That's how you know they've been on this YouTube shit for so long. YouTube is like a drug. It's like medication. A lot of these men and women, they can't go a whole month. Me, I can go a whole month and not need YouTube. A lot of them, they come on YouTube and they by themselves, just talking to you by themselves. You mean to tell me the only time you can really bond and communicate, you got the live stream. You don't have a real social life outside of social media. Telling you, you have a lot of black men and black women who don't feel a whole without social media. When you don't have a relationship with God, you will seek wholeness from anywhere you can get it. You will seek fulfillment from anywhere you can get it. You have a lot of empty, empty fulfilled individuals. Healthy habits. Dr. Dre ticked off a bar away from another man. He said he should have known who she was. If she would leave her man for a paycheck, she would do the same way. Absolutely. That you made a very good point. You know, and I know I've been digressing, but that I had to give y'all some church up in here today. But yes, you turning back to the situation. Um, truth be told, a lot of these high value men, they pay for their preference. They know because of their status that they can get any woman they want. So what they do is they go pay for it. You pay for your preference to only find out your preference betrays you. And that's on both sides of the fence. I've seen black women also go the other way and end up owing money. You pay for your preference. I don't knock anybody who swirl, but don't just if you're going to swirl because you really love that person, y'all really have a connection. There's a genuine connection there. Don't swirl only because it's safe, because you're dealing with an individual. You cannot underestimate anybody. You cannot put anything past anybody. So many people have motives. So many people have motives. You know, especially especially these undercover pick-me's. Like I said, you have some women who know how to play the role for a long time. They know how to be the submissive wife for a long time. They pretend to be the supportive wife for a long time. They will hang in there with you for 20, 30 something years. And once they feel like they done been with you long enough to where the courts are going to grant them mostly everything that you earn, they out of there. That's why I keep telling men, I can't preach this more than enough. Stop thinking it's only a certain group of women you got to be cautious of. Stop thinking that. I don't care how many of these male consecrators tell you to stay away from black women, or stay away from fat women, stay away. You have to ask God for spiritual discernment to guide you to the right type of woman, because your preference can mislead you. Yeah, CC Rose says, I was just wondering, how do some YouTube have time to do live streams at night in the morning? So damn, when do they go to work? I believe a lot of them don't work. There's just no way. You can't have a real job. You can't, unless you got your woman taking care of you, unless you living off a woman with Section 8 housing or something where her rent is only $10, or you got a man that you simping off of. The average grown adult over the age of 45, if they can live stream 2-3 times a week on YouTube, you don't have a job. There's no way. Most men that are working men, they don't have a lot of time to do a lot of live streaming. And women as well, but women to a certain degree, women could always get over, unfortunately, because they have the government, they got all of these other entities as far as that goes. But it's when you see a man that's consistently live streaming all of the time, there's no way he could be working a 9 to 5 or a real authentic job. It's just improbable. people who really have a job, they don't have that kind of time. It's been times I don't live stream for maybe 3-4 days because I work so much. I work at the jail, so even when I have a day off, I just be wanting to relax. Yep, I agree. Healthy habits. YouTube is a job for some people. It really is. That's why they be asking for them super chats. They be begging for them donations. That's what's paying their light bill. And I'm not saying it's the case with everybody. You know, everybody don't need YouTube money. Some people just want you to donate to their chat so they can better their brand. But you got some people, they pay their utilities. They pay their light bill off of these cash apps. They depend on it wholeheartedly. I watch people with only 1,000 subs. You can't be making that much money on that alone, and they live stream every day. I agree with that. I just don't see, you know, like I said, unless you one of them YouTubers where you got all type of ads and selling products, and you got all, you know, unless your brand got big enough now to where, you know, you got all these people that sponsoring you, I can see that. But just the average Joe, you know, even if you got over 300,000 subscribers, whatever, you know, it's hard to maintain your bills. That money is up and down, but it's gotten to the point now. A lot of them have gotten smart. That's why a lot of them just do strictly membership. They got it to where you have to pay their bills. You don't have a choice. Like on my channel, I kind of give you a choice. I don't have a members only. So far, you can donate if you choose to or not. A lot of them, they're not giving you a choice. They're telling you if you want to view my content, you got to pay. And a lot of it has to do with that's how they make their living. It's another hustle for it. You know what I mean? And sometimes not always hustle. You have a lot of grown men and grown men, they're just addicted to YouTube notoriety. I'm sure if YouTube was to have a glitch and shut down, half of them would lose their mind. They would not be able to function if YouTube was to shut them down. A matter of fact, some of them have not been able to function so much to the point. A lot of them, they done got their channels terminated 600 times, and they keep still coming back from the dead. They just build another channel. A lot of them, they so infatuated with YouTube, they have built new channels every time they got flagged or doxxed or YouTube got rid of them. They come right back out the grave and start another channel. That's how addicted they are to YouTube. A lot of these men and women cannot function without YouTube. They cannot live without it. It's like a drug. It's that damn YouTube insulin. They injecting it in their veins. It's this YouTube insulin where you have these grown men and grown women that got to constantly have it. They, you know, they can't function without YouTube. And that's sad. You have a sad soul if all you got is YouTube. And I guarantee you, a lot of these individuals, if y'all, a lot of them, for one, a lot of these, believe it or not, a lot of these YouTube content creators that are very popular on YouTube, a lot of them are not that likable in person. Most popular YouTube content creators are not likable individuals in person. Most of them don't have personalities outside of YouTube. A lot of these individuals, they don't have a likable vibe. See, sometimes you can't really pick up a person's vibe or aura online. You can gain like a sense of character, but you really can't really get a strong evidence of their vibe. A lot of these YouTubers, they're not likable behind closed doors. That is why they're on social media so much. Their own family don't rock with them. Their own siblings don't rock with them. A lot of them, they don't have healthy relationships with their girlfriends, their wives, or their husbands. I can never understand a person that's in a relationship how they're constantly on social media. For you to claim to have a woman, for you to claim to have a man, how do you put so much time on social media? But anyway, that's another story. But Nicole Young knows that Dr. Dre is a force to be reckoned with. Nicole Young knows she's going up against a strong alpha male. So she has to go home or go hard. And I just hope that she don't push it to a point in which Dre's ego will become so fed up to where he gets out of character and retaliates in such a bad way that he can possibly lose himself. Because a person can only take but so much. I don't care how big and strong Dr. Dre looks. A person can only take but so much. That this woman keeps gunning for him. Now, when he was in the damn hospital, when he had that aneurysm, the papers got served to him then. She just loves to, because what it is, she knows how powerful he is and how aggressive he can be. So she catches him off guard in one of his most vulnerable moments. And basically, Nicole Young is getting back for all the times that Dre ever controlled her in that marriage. And like I said, and I know a lot of men may look at it like I'm trying to say, oh, Dr. Dre was this bad guy. I'm trying to make Nicole sound innocent. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Dr. Dre probably was just being a husband, controlling things, running the money, running the business, controlling things, gave her a limit, on certain things because he don't want his household going in debt. I mean, I get it. But you have to understand, when a woman is used to being up under a controlled man like a robot, and she finally positions herself in which he can't control her, she's going to be buck wild. She's going to go buck wild. So I think at this point, the sooner Dre gets through the divorce, the better. He needs to hurry and speed this process up, because I don't think she's gonna let up anytime soon. She gonna mess around and lose everything she getting now from him. You can't keep harassing and antagonizing him. She making herself like the boy, not the victim. I agree. I agree with that, Ishmael. I agree. I totally agree. But like I said, these high value men, don't underestimate your preference. Don't think because you got you a white woman, or you got you a beautiful black woman, or you got you a young woman. Don't go around here getting your chest swollen, thinking that you got everything in the bag. I've seen one time, I seen an older man who was dating this young woman, because all he loved was young women. He wasn't into women his age. He always had a thing for young women. Got himself with a young woman, called himself trying to trap her, letting her get pregnant every year. He's damn near pushing his 50s at the time. Should be a grandfather. Young girls, they're fertile. So she getting pregnant every year. She gave him probably about 4 or 5 kids within the marriage. I think he was like 50 at the time, and she was like 22, 20. And he figured because she was young and dumb that, that was gonna give him leverage and controlling her and manipulating her. And it did the opposite. That young girl drove his ass crazy. A lot of the times you get some of these men that are so egotistical. They think they're gonna give a woman a run for her money when sometimes the tables are turned and a woman to give you a run for your money. When I say that young girl drug his ass, I never seen a 50-year-old grown man crying like somebody robbed Christmas from him. This young girl had this grown man in tears. Let me tell you something. The wrong woman can have your ass in tears. You can be a man that never cried, but it'll take that one Power Ranger ass bitch that can ruin you and really tear you down. And another thing too, you have this thing what's called karma, and this goes for men and women. You can't go dogging all kind of women and men, and then when you get somebody you really love, you think they're not gonna do it back to you. Because from what I heard, Dr. Dre was a wild boy back in the day. I heard he shitted on a lot of women. Now, does that make it right for Nicole to do what she's doing? No, but karma will use anybody. And it goes for men and women. You go around shitting on all kind of good-hearted people who been there for you, who love you, and you dog them, you mistreated them. Karma gonna come back through the one you desire the most. That's usually how it happens. Karma does not come back through the man you don't want. Karma does not come back through the woman you don't want. Karma is smart. Karma will make you feel it where it matters the most. Karma is not a dummy. Karma, she's not going to use the man you don't want. Karma is going to use the man you do want. Karma is not going to use the woman that you're not in love with. Karma is going to use the woman you love. And then she waited, a day or two after their anniversary to divorce him, to file divorce papers. She's really like trying to ruin him. Nicole Young is trying to ruin Dr. Dre. And let me tell you something. She's not going to marry for a long time. She knows if she remarries, those checks are going to stop. She's not going to get into a serious partnership for a long time. She's going to intentionally, don't get me wrong. She's going to be getting some dick on the side. She's going to let somebody smash now. No doubt about that. Nicole Young will have a smashing buddy, but she gonna make sure she lock her ass in with Dr. Dre dollars. She not about to marry nobody. For what? Tell you something. Them evil ass women be smart as fuck. Evil but smart. She ain't about to be caught with no other man. Got to remember, she was a lawyer too. I think she went to school to do the bar exam, but she didn't finish. However, let me tell you something. Y'all preferences are smarter than y'all asses. It's no different than Exhibit. Exhibit married that werewolf-looking white woman of his, and she left him and took him for what he had. These same women who y'all think so submissive and docile and ain't got the balls to challenge a black man. These will be the main bitches that'll challenge you. Worse than your own women. Because let me tell y'all something, and I'm gonna just be very transparent about this, and I may even step on toes and hurt somebody's feelings. You got to look at the fact that when you marry outside your race, even when you date outside your race, and let's say you and that person end up in a situation in which things get really ugly, like what Dr. Dre and Nicole Young is going through. They start really seeing you for the nigga they always felt you was. I'm going to give y'all a minute to catch that. 1 second. Let me get something to drink, y'all. I'm going to tell all you swirlers, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I don't care how crazy your white wife is about you. I don't care how crazy your white husband is about you. I don't care how many mixed kids y'all got. Underneath, they still see you as that. You know why? Because the world has programmed them to. And you know why? The world has programmed us to. That's what's really making Nicole Young go for the juggler. She see him as what she's always seen him for. You piss off your preference, they're gonna remind you was a nigga. I'm gonna tell you, that's what really got her mad with him. That's what's really making her go. It's them undercover prejudices that never ever really leave your psyche. For instance, let me tell y'all something, because we all grown here. Let's say if let's just say you at McDonald's. We ain't got to make it deep. Let's just say you at McDonald's. And a black person cuts in front of you and do it rude. Of course you're gonna be in your feelings like, who this joker think he is? He cutting in front of me. But it's that black, that vibe of blackness. It'll piss you off, but to a certain level. Now, let it be a white person who cuts in front of you and nasty. You're going to be angry, but that angry is going to be just a minute more extreme because of that prejudice mindset the world has been programmed to. Nicole Young is going for Dr. Dre juggler because she's looking at him as a nigga, not a husband. Yep, drop the goddamn mic. I know the hell I just did. Let me tell you something. No different than these preferences. These budget brats. These budget brats. They see they white, they black women. Let her piss them off. He gonna see her as a nigga. He gonna try to take her for everything she got. Cause now he's seeing the nigga in her. But your favorite content creator is gonna tell y'all to keep worshiping y'all preferences. Yeah, your preference gonna see you for the nigga you always been, man and woman, and that goes both ways. I'm not just talking about black men. That goes both ways. You will be reminded you are a nigga. It's by nature. The world programmed us to think that way. You can't help it. Think about it. I'm gonna ask you guys something in here. It's one thing to get shit on by a black woman, but come on, when a white woman do it, come on, let's be real. Doesn't that hit a new type of low? And if it don't, then just admit it, because we all learning here. You know the difference with black women. Okay, a black man play you, betray you, okay. But when a white man do it, come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's not play with it. It's one thing when your own kind, but when another kind do it, let's just keep it real. That takes you to a new level of festivity. You know why? And you know why a lot of y'all get pissed? Because you thought your preference was safe. Preferences don't protect. Brad ain't promised to be no better than Barry. Becky ain't promised to be any better than Bakisha. It got everything to do with character. Some people just have effed up character. Y'all too busy looking at the color. You have to pay attention to the character. You get on the other side and you find out it ain't all these white women. They will take you to the cleaners like a black woman. A scorned woman is a scorned woman. All women have some beast in them. I got beast. My husband done seen the beast. My husband done seen me unleash the beast. He done seen me unleash the beast. All women, regardless of her color, piss us off, we gonna unleash the beast. Let me tell you something. To all my swirling sisters out here, all these brads are not goddamn pushovers. I know some brads that would jack your ass up right in the Waffle House parking lot. I know some brads that just as dominant as black men. These white guys ain't playing that shit either now. White men they ain't them same pushover like they used to be. Brad's what's that black guy, that white guy who that athlete who had I think his name was Wheeler something. He beat up on his black girlfriend. Exactly, CC. True, because we're conditioned to see them as gentle, kind, and love. Conditioned to see our own as hateful, gold digging, and ruthless. Tell you something. All black women out here in gold diggers. I was with my husband when he had a pot to piss in and the one to throw it out of. We both was eating poking beans out the can together without no microwave. You have a lot of black women that have been with their men through the struggle. I am one of them. So don't tell me all black women out here ain't gold digging. We was digging, but he damn sure ain't had no gold. I tell you that goddamn much. We was digging between them damn sofa cushions, trying to scrape up some change to pay the goddamn light bill. Oh, you got some black women out here that been ride or die every step of the day. I've been with mine through the thick and the thin, and still with them through the thick and the thin. 22 years. So don't tell me that only certain women know how to be goddamn loyal. That's bullshit. Digging. My husband did not have no gold for me to dig. Okay? Shit. He got it now, but it ain't always been like that. It ain't just the white docile women who standing by these black men in the struggle. Shit, I've been there through the struggle. Been there when he had, been there when he didn't had, still here. 22 years. And a lot of y'all listening to people who ain't never been married or been in multiple marriages. That's why you can't get a relationship. A white woman get with a black man in a struggle. Oh, she a real woman. What about the black women who done been there in a damn struggle? Shit, I damn sure was. I ain't get no damn award of the year. Yep, these hoes ain't loyal. And it ain't got nothing to do with her color. I mean, Nicole Young, she just on that beast, showing that beastie shit right now. She just being a beast. She being a woman, let her emotions get the best of her. You know, Nicole Young is reflecting on all the times Dr. Dre ran shit. Dr. Dre, you know, we don't know, you know, behind closed doors how he was. He probably shoved her ass up against the wall a couple of times. She unleashing the beast because now she can. He cannot control it anymore. He can't control anything anymore. Just like Tina Turner. When Tina Turner got from up under Ike Turner, she started killing the game, got her own career, made her own name out there for herself. You got some of these women, when they get up under that power, that power, they unleash the beast. But like I said, nobody really knows the side of the story. You got all these men defending Dre like Dre was such a great man because he a billionaire. And then you got these women defending her, saying, well, Dr. Dre was a man beater. That's what you get for choosing a purpose. We really don't know. Only the both of them. It's three people who know the truth with that marriage. Dr. Dre, Nicole Young, and God. Them the only three that know why that marriage went the way it did. But I know this much. Marriage is a lot of work. And whenever it comes to divorce, divorces are messy. I don't care if it's a black man and a black woman, a white man or a white woman. Divorces are messy. Nobody's nice in a divorce. Why everybody want to make this about black and white? Nobody is cool, calm, collective when it comes to a divorce. What's up, Red Mike Radio? Divorces are ugly. The woman is going to try to go for all the dollars if the man is a breadwinner, or it goes the other way. Look how much Mary J. Blige had to play Can Do Isaacs. Whoever makes the most money, that's who gonna have to kick out the ducats. Jenny Mae, the one who's pregnant from Young Jeezy, she's still paying her husband. And he married, she's still paying his bills. Divorces are ugly. Ain't about black and white. Oh, this black man, this white bitch, or this black bitch is white. Divorces are ugly. Everybody trying to get theirs. No, nothing's nice in a divorce. You may have a clean divorce, but very rarely it's gonna be clean. It's gonna be ugly. And all it is Dr. Dre and Nicole Young, Dr. Dre, the alpha male, he always regulated that marriage, regulated the finances, and now that his preference, no longer has Dr. Dre under her control, she's unleashing the beast. But where she better be careful at, though, because she's trying to go for the juggler, karma is going to come back on her, too. So she better be very careful. Instead of her being a woman about it, accept an offer, take it for what it is, leave it alone. Stop trying to drag this man and ruin him. If they both are at fault, they both done made this uglier than what it had to be. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I almost been on here 2 hours. I got to go ahead and pick up my daughter. Plus, I got to go to work tonight. I want to thank everybody. I want to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for the support. Those of you who could not donate, but you stopped by to show love, to hang out in my chat. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I don't have time to shout all of y'all out individually because it's been a good bit of y'all coming in here. But I definitely want to thank all of y'all again, to all my content creators out there. Don't throw away your day ones because you're so busy trying to get in good with the popular content creators that you leaving behind those who supported you and rock with you before your channel grew. The black people, we have a problem with doing that. Once we climb the ladder of success, we forget about those who started off with us in our journey. So y'all just make sure, you still show love to your day ones from A1s. And again, stop making everything black and white. Some people just damn grimy. You got some grimy ass black women, grimy ass white women, grimy ass white men, and grimy ass black men. Learn a person for their character, not their color. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, the Diva in Knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Happy Friday, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful and safe weekend. And again, thanks for the super chats. Those of you, if you wasn't able to super chat and you want to super chat later, send me a super chat. This is my what's that? Cash App. That is my Cash App. So you're welcome to, you know what I'm saying, show sister some love. Yeah, and it was very ugly for her to do that at his funeral. I think that was as low as it could come. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Y'all be blessed. Take care. I'm out. Bye.